Hey, I hope you're all well. I have been off YouTube for a few weeks, just recovering from a very minor surgery. The recovery just took a lot longer than I thought. Well, in actual fact, the surgeon did say it was going to take 2 weeks, and I thought that maybe I could do it in a week. No. So I've just been spending most of my time resting, and it's been a really good time to reflect and just, catch up with myself a little bit. So that's why I haven't been on YouTube. If you've been watching me for a little while, you'll know that I kind of bounce around different small projects, and I talk about my painting, sometimes I talk about writing, experimental filmmaking, making short films or poetry films and things like that. It's been a while since I have worked on a major project, and I've been thinking about starting one again. I think in my last episode I mentioned I was going to talk about a couple of projects, and so I just want to introduce you to this one first. I've been struggling to know exactly where to put my energy as a creator, and I think this is really common. Creators get caught up in that kind of create, like we have to be on board a project, we have to be working on something interesting, or on even someone else's project. There's always got to be some sort of hustle going on, and it's really easy to kind of say yes to too many projects or to the wrong project. I've learned that the hard way. But if you're not caught up in a project, you can also feel like you're failing, or you're not quite good enough, or you're not doing enough, because this society just seems to want us to work and push projects out all the time. I think that has hugely impacted me because I'm actually really project orientated as well, and so I can get caught up in thinking about projects that I should be doing or working on, or seeing other people do a lot of big projects and think, oh wow, why aren't I doing enough? Am I doing enough? I think the last few years, because I haven't been on a major project, it's given me a really good time to reflect and sort of relook at my values and just realign with myself. It gets really easy to get caught up in whatever industry you're in, get caught up in that feeling that you do need to keep making projects. And so I guess that's what I've been trying to combat and get my head around for myself, moving into a new, larger project. One of the reasons I haven't worked on a larger screen project for a while is because the last one that I worked on, that I directed, edited, wrote, it really burned me. I worked on it for years, over probably a decade. And that, for a director, is not unusual, but I think I just put so much into it and came out very burned, extremely tired, like almost chronic fatigue. And I just thought, actually, for a while, I thought, I'll never do a large project again of my own. I can't face that again. And there were times, where I've really struggled with my identity, because for so long, and I've talked about this before, I think, I'll link something, one of the uploads I've done talked about identity, is that I have identified as a filmmaker for so long, and then when I thought, oh, well, I'm not going to make another large project, am I still a filmmaker, or am I just a creator? Am I a creator instead? Do I go into other fields? Do I push myself into more short films, or do I, and I kind of lost myself for a while, and I really, truly thought that I wouldn't make another big project, that it just wasn't for me. It was too difficult. And it's that word difficult that's been, it's been a real mindset that I've had to kind of push through. And recently I've realized that I've let that word kind of dominate how I've thought about making film. I mean, screen work, if anyone has made something for the screen from scratch to finish, you'll know that's an extremely hard art form. It's very technical, it's extremely creative, it's very collaborative, and there's just so much in it that can kind of go wrong. There's a lot of problem solving that happens. So it's a difficult art form. So the word difficult does come to mind quite easily. You'll know if you know. But I forgot that I loved it. Like, I just love it. And I think just coming back to the real core of, I love storytelling and I love using the camera to do it. And I just, it sort of dawned on me that I was putting the idea of difficulty ahead of my love. And I sort of want to come back to basics with this project. And yeah, it's going to be difficult. There's certainly going to be huge difficult times. But my love and my joy of making a project, of seeing it go from the page right through to the screen, it's just joyous for me. I love all the parts of it from the beginning to the end. And I want to do that again. I feel alive when I'm involved in, with the big projects I've worked on. I feel so alive. It lights me up. And especially this project. This project is about family, it's about friends, it's about starting over, and it's a real kind of Kiwi story. What else can I say about it? Every time I think about it and think about the characters, I end up smiling. I catch myself smiling when I'm thinking about a scene. And I feel quite joyous going into this project. It's so unlike other projects I've ever done. It's very drama based, a lot of dialogue, so quite dialogue heavy, very character driven, where other films I have made, especially my feature film, it was kind of touching on experimental. It's not a lot of dialogue, very visual film, which I love. And I'm a visual storyteller. Obviously, it's going to be housed in the visual work. But this one definitely has a lot more character, a lot more dialogue. Just wait for a bike. If you live in the city, you know what I mean. Oh, the city vibes. Stole the bike. Stole the bike. I don't know if you can still hear that or not. Some people who are watching this would have seen Shepherd, and for the most part, and that's my feature film, my only one I've made, the one I found very challenging. There are parts to it that I love and I think I did very successfully, and of course there are parts that I think I could have done so much better. And as a creator, or as anyone, a human, we always tend to focus on the negative things. And I think that's what I also have done for a long time. I focused so much on the negative or difficult parts of the film, and the negative, not even negative, just things that I could have done better. Simple as that. And that's just process. And I totally own my own story, my own, going through the world and working as a creator and learning as a creator. So that's my story, and Shepherd is part of it. And I would never even probably be where I am without that film. So anyway, here I am on the brink of starting a new project. It's step by step, so small steps at the moment. So this is what I'm doing. I'm writing with my sister Wendy. We co-wrote Shepherd and we've written other things together, so I feel really at ease and happy working with her again. Actually love the process with her. We just constantly laugh. I'm also investing in a few courses for myself, just upskilling in a few areas where I think I want to get to a next level in the filmmaking. And that's part of why I'm taking this painting course too. I think the visual input of that course is actually helping me think differently about composition and color, and yeah, it's given me some really good things to think about. So it's not only I enjoy painting and I'm learning the process, but I'm actually using the course to upskill in the visual area. So small steps, remembering the joy of storytelling, remembering how much I have learned through the process of all the projects I've worked on, how many people I've met, and how much that they have fulfilled my life, and still have so many amazing friends from all those projects. So I'm remembering all the small things. I'm walking kind of in that part at the moment. It's just the very beginning, and I will from time to time update you with where I'm at with this larger project. I haven't given you the title yet. I do have a title. I have a lot more facts and things about the project, but I just want to hold off on that for a little bit, and kind of when I feel comfortable, I will talk about it more. Wow, doing another big project. Breathe, breathe. It's going to be okay. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, tell me a project you're working on, or a project you're tongue-tied, or a project you are dreaming about. See ya.
Around your knees, that rock in the dark.